sense, you might think of the life process or life simply as creating spaces within which beings can exist. That imagery, stand still. You do not need to find your way out of here. Let the forest find you. You have a space. This is where all respect starts, and it's a very suitable, appropriate connection back to Humberto's work, is to recognize that there is legitimacy to your space. Everything that lives in a place. Humberto used to talk about this kind of fundamental dualism of organism and niche. Everything he understood about the evolutionary process, and it all starts with organism and niche. The two never are separate. They never don't exist together. And if you think about it, just from the standpoint of all the concerns we understandably have for those who are so disadvantaged in today's world, that simple first step of knowing that I have a place and I exist because there's a space for me to exist. And that space is inviolate. Because without it, I don't exist, but I do exist. So I exist in space. There is an organism in niche. There is a space for me. And then there's me. And the two are really not separate. It's a little different kind of path into the kind of, you might say, systemic awareness territory, but it's a really good one. As I'm sure Aftab, Huberto had this wonderful definition of love. We've used it a lot. It's allowed us in all kinds of settings, including lots of times at MIT, to legitimate the use of the word, because he simply defined love as the act of allowing another to be a legitimate other. It's so simple. The act of allowing another to be a legitimate other. And it's a lifelong journey, right? To become a practitioner of that act. We spend our lives. And we can all very quickly identify all the people right now who we don't love by that definition, because we're not quite willing to allow them to be a legitimate other. But that other exists in the space for the other. So that's why the organism in niche is such a kind of profound way to think about life. Life creates a space for us to exist, and then we exist. But we can spend, in a materialistic culture, you have a natural bias towards seeing the organism, but not the niche. This is the masculine and the feminine. This is the yin and the yang. The niche is the space. The essence of feminine principle of leadership is pay attention to the space. Pay attention to the emptiness. Pay attention to everything that doesn't manifest, but without which the manifestation doesn't occur.